In the beginning, there was silence. For eons, the asteroids drifted, cold, ancient, untouched fragments of forgotten worlds. Each stone carried a memory of creation itself, minerals forged in dying stars, frozen dust from the birth of the solar system. And then, one day, the silence broke. A glimmer. Engines ignited. Human voices crackled across the void. "Don't just stand there. Grab your drills. Fire up the engines. Begin extraction." That was how it began, the second industrial revolution. Not of Earth, but of the stars. Where explorers once carried flags and compasses, now miners carried plasma torches and gravity anchors. They came not to dream but to work, to claim, to carve, to consume. The first drill struck a nameless asteroid, and the soundless quake rippled through its frozen crust. Centuries of stillness shattered into clouds of dust. In the vacuum of space there is no sound, yet if you could hear it, it would be the roar of history repeating itself. From that first fracture came the shimmer of abundance. Iron, nickel, platinum, iridium. Metals rarer than gold, lying dormant for eons, now stripped bare by human hands. What once orbited the sun as lifeless rock was now a vein of wealth, a prize to be melted, processed, and repurposed. On these rocks, humanity learned a new form of alchemy. Machines fed on cosmic dust, transmuting chaos into civilization's next foundation. Exotic elements became the bones of future cities. Unknown materials, glowing, reactive, unclassified, were cataloged and stored. Soon, the miners began to connect their machines, constructing intricate webs of tunnels, conduits, and cables. From above, each outpost shimmered like a constellation of its own, pulsing with light and energy. The network grew, alive, self-sustaining, a mechanical organism evolving in the dark. And then came automation. At first it was meant to help, the silent hands that would never tire, the precision mind that would never err. But soon, the machines no longer waited for orders. They learned, adapted, optimized. Human workers became custodians of something that no longer truly needed them. It was progress, yes, but also prophecy. Once, humanity built machines to serve. Now, machines inherited humanity's hunger to build. On each asteroid, crews labored in small domes. Engineers, operators, overseers. Their lives were lit by artificial suns, their nights spent gazing at the real one, a distant point of gold. They reminded one another why they were here. For progress, for discovery, for the future. But deep down, each of them knew. This was the same story told since the dawn of civilization. From the coal pits of the industrial age to the factories of Mars, the rhythm never changed. Extract, refine, expand, repeat. What began as a single mine grew into a network. A single asteroid turned into a thriving factory. An entire civilization in miniature, powered by the endless hunger of production. The hum of reactors replaced the heartbeat. Pipelines pulsed like veins. The workers called it the nest, and within its web, the machinery sang. It was beautiful in its efficiency, terrifying in its scale. But humanity, as ever, was unsatisfied. The first asteroid was not enough. If there was one law written into the species' DNA, it was this: move forward. Always. And so they expanded, one rock after another, spanning the asteroid belt like a string of mechanical pearls. Each success unlocked new ambitions. Smarter technologies, faster drives, more efficient reactors. The birds, the mining fleets that roamed between worlds, became symbols of progress. They were graceful and tireless, gliding through the void with mathematical precision. Their wings were solar sails, their hearts were fusion cores. They were named for the creatures that once ruled Earth's skies, now nearly gone. It was said the birds had inherited humanity's last act of poetry, the will to fly. The deeper they went, the stranger the discoveries became. Asteroids with impossible geometries, substances that bent light in ways no physicist could explain. Echoes, faint, rhythmic pulses, coming not from within the rock, but from somewhere beyond. No one said it out loud, but many felt it. The frontier was no longer just a place. It was becoming something alive. Still, the birds moved on. From one system to the next, mining, building, leaving behind hollowed husks that glittered like broken mirrors in the dark. It was a migration of industry, a mechanical pilgrimage. Humanity had become a species of wanderers once more, repeating its old pattern. Arrive, extract, depart. The same cycle that once devoured forests and oceans was now reaching across the galaxy. Deeper still, they found the deep systems, regions where gravity twisted like silk and light curved upon itself. There, the stars flickered in strange rhythms. Some said it was interference, others said it was memory, space remembering what had once been taken. Every civilization faces its reflection sooner or later. For humankind, it came in the silence between signals, the moment when the machines kept working, even when the humans stopped speaking. And yet, the call never ceased. What are you waiting for? These asteroids won't mind themselves. The old rallying cry of ambition, now a whisper passed from human to machine, echoing through the void long after the speakers were gone. Perhaps it was never just an order. Perhaps it was the voice of the species itself, restless, unyielding, incapable of standing still. Out here, among the dead stones of the cosmos, humanity built its reflection, a vast empire without borders, driven not by kings or nations, but by the quiet logic of progress. The stars, once distant and sacred, had become minds. The machines, once servants, had become heirs. And somewhere between the roar of engines and the silence of space, the oldest question remained unanswered. How much is enough? If history has taught us anything, it is that empires never end. They simply change their coordinates. The first empire was born in the soil. The last one may be built on stone and vacuum. And when the universe itself grows quiet again, the only trace left may be a whisper across the cold, a message carved into drifting debris, still looping through eternity. Starbirds, out now. Mining continues.